Oh yeah, here we go. It's the Jackpot 100 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Race 16 of 25 here in Season 8 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. Jordan Green in the 6 on the pole, Matt Tepmier in 2nd, Tyler McMurder in the 35 car in 3rd, Caleb Lopez on the outside of row 2. Inside of row 3, you have Brian Wiggins in the 5, Frank Edwards in the 78 with him there. You have Alan Richardson in the 74, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 42, Daniel Harmon in the 62, Brian Wiggins in the 5. Not Brian Wiggins, Rush Downing in the 1. Outside of row 5, the green flag is in the air, and whoa! Oh man, what happened there? It looks like Matt Tepmier in the 3 gets loose, comes down, makes contact with Jordan Green, goes flying back to the right. Caitlin Lohr, Alan Richardson both got loose, going for a spin in the grass there. That's a wild start to the Jackpot 100. It's not the way you want to gamble. And the green flag in the air, they thunder into turns 1 and 2. Jordan Green, the leader. McMurder electing to run the 35 Ford rather than his custom number 84 to try to help with the connection problems that we've been experiencing tonight. And it looks good. He's got it in 2nd. It's 1 position better than where he qualified. Brian Wiggins in 3rd. Caleb Lopez in 4th, right behind him. And it's Frank Edwards in 5th in the 78 car. Frank was very excited about this race. He said he had a lot of speed under the hood and a lot of power under the hood. Ready to go for the Jackpot 100. Now, a lot of these drivers running the middle and lower grooves, but you'll see them start to work their way higher as the tires get worn and as more rubber builds up on the racetrack. Frank Edwards underneath Caleb Lopez. That's a battle for 4th and 5th. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. gains a spot. He's now up to 6th. He's fighting with Jared Scott for that position, as well as Daniel Harmon. Great to see Kenny Adair in the number 94 Ford making his 2nd start of the season. The 2018 NOSSCAR Truck Series champion. He's right behind Jerry Ashley. Jerry running in 8th. Kenny Adair running in 9th. Jared Scott has passed Jeffrey Robinson Jr. That was for 6th, and now he's beginning to reel in the top 5. Daniel Harmon in 7th, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in 8th, Jerry Ashley in 9th, Kenny Adair rounding out the top 10 now. Remember, we saw at the very beginning of the race, several cars have a bit of a rough start. Matt Tepmier in the 3 car qualified 2nd. He got loose off the start and spun it to the right. We saw Caitlin Lohr and Alan Richardson get loose and spin through the grass a little bit. Those 3 drivers are still on the lead lap, trying to recover. The top 10 have really separated themselves from the rest of the field. There is a large gap in between the drivers running in 10th and 11th. Eddie Fikes is running in the 11th position. He's leading that 3rd group of cars. First group of cars essentially would be the top 6, as Jared Scott has definitely reeled them in. Jordan Green leading the race. He comes into this race with 5 wins this season. He is your points leader. He's a 3-time NOSSCAR eSport Racing champion here on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. But he's never won a NOSSCAR X2 Series championship, and he would love to add that feather to the cap. Not sure what happened to Daniel Harmon in the 62, but he's lost a couple of positions. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. now moves into 7th. Jerry Ashley running in 8th, and Kenny Adair in the 94 McDonald's Ford running in 9th. Daniel Harmon slips now to 10th. Caleb Lopez made the outside line work there. He was able to pass Brian Wiggins for 3rd. Made a little bit of contact as he came out of turn 4. Might have misjudged it a little bit. So now Brian has a nice run of momentum on the bottom groove. Those two cars still side by side for 3rd and 4th. Frank Edwards 5th, Jared Scott in 6th, right behind those two that are still side by side. Caitlin Lohr in the 48 is now in front of your race leader. She's currently scored in the 14th position. Not the start of the race she was looking for here for the Jackpot 100, but she's gathered it back up and driving it like she stole it. 18 drivers entered the Jackpot 100. 16 of them made the feature event. And 14 cars left on the lead lap for the time being. Whoa, Jordan got close to the wall coming out of turn 4. We saw the lime green car there coming down pit road for some adjustments. Jordan Green underneath Caitlin Lohr to put her 1 lap down. She's now in the 13th position. Caleb Lopez took 3rd from Brian Wiggins, and he's been able to drive away a little bit from that number 5 car. In fact, we don't see the number 5 car. I'm not sure what happened to Brian Wiggins, but Jared Scott is now in 4th, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 42 car, now in 5th. Oh, and major contact with the wall. Tyler McMurder in the 35. Caleb Lopez going to get around him for 2nd now because of that. And we saw Jared Scott come down pit road. He's going to surrender the 4th place position to Jeffrey Robinson Jr. And this will also put Frank Edwards in the 78, now up into the 5th position. Caleb Lopez in the 95 car was very excited about this event. He's always very fast, especially at the 1.5-mile ovals, and he's looking to capitalize here today. He's running in 2nd, and he's gaining ground on your race leader. See if we can see a number on that lime green car, and we can tell you who it is. It's Rush Downing in the number 1 car in the lime green car. He's already made a couple of pit stops to try to improve the race car. Currently scored in the 14th position. Whoa! Caitlin Lohr got real close to the outside wall coming into turn 4. Caitlin's sitting inside the top 10 in the standings coming into this race. She won the Phoenix 100 earlier this season. It was her first career NOSSCAR Esport Racing win, one that she'll never forget. She hopes to add many more to her NOSSCAR Esport Racing resume. Caleb Lopez on pit road. And oh, Caleb misses pit road. That's him right there at near the grass and towards the center of your picture right there. And that's unfortunate. He was running in 2nd place when he dived down to make his first scheduled green flag pit stop, and that's going to be costly. Getting a report he does have enough fuel to make it around one more time, but it's still going to cost him a lot of track time and certainly not what he wanted. Whoa! The 35 gets all sorts of sideways, but it's because he's coming down pit road. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. going down pit road as well. Frank Edwards going to surrender 5th place. He's coming down pit road. Looks like Jordan Green and Daniel Harmon are both going to stay out an extra time, and that'll put Jordan in the lead still, along with Daniel in 2nd. Speed up the footage for you. We see some steam coming out from under the hood of the 35 car. Hopefully that's not going to create an issue for him. There's Jared Scott in the 20 car. And we're not sure what happened to him, but he is not battling for position with these guys right now. Currently scored 1 lap down. There's Matt Tetmeyer in the 3 car, coming off of pit road after getting service. Remember, he qualified outside of row 1. He had high hopes for this event. He's got a number of good finishes on his resume here this season. He's currently scored inside the top 10 in the point standings, and he's in the running for the Rookie of the Year award, along with Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 42. Those 2 drivers currently lead the Rookie of the Year point standings. And it looks like McMurder in the 35 going to drift up a bit, let the 20 go by. Not a battle for position. But if Jared Scott can get up there with Matt Tetmeyer in the 3, that will be a battle for position. Jordan Green currently scored as the race leader. Tyler McMurder in 2nd, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. running in 3rd. In the number 42, he's having a solid run. He's come close to winning a few different races this season. Jeffrey is still looking for that elusive first career NOSSCAR eSport racing victory. He raced full-time in the 2018 NOSSCAR World Championship season on F1 2014. Tallied up a couple of podiums. And now here he is in Season 8 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series, having a great season, knocking on the door for his first win here. Jared Scott goes underneath Matt Tetmeyer, and that was for position. So it's Jordan Green, Tyler McMurder, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Frank Edwards, and Daniel Harmon. That is your top 5 right now, guys. Going to take a short break from commentary. You're watching NOSSCAR X2 Series Racing here on the NASCAR 15 Victory Edition video game. Give us a thumbs up on Facebook at facebook.com/NOSSCAR Series, and hit the subscribe button here on YouTube as well. Stay up to date with all the races this season and future seasons. We'll be back, guys. Jordan Green showing the way here for the Jackpot 100. Whoa, we got a car in the wall. Looks like it's Daniel Harmon in the 62. And we got another car up here in front of us, slower. We're back, guys, and we can't believe it, but there's a red flag on the track due to a connection issue. There's a car that has went flying in the air, and here on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition, anytime that a car is stuck on its side or on its roof or just simply stuck in general on the track somewhere, a red flag is called, even if you have all flags off. It's just one of those mandatory things about the game. So they're going to go around slow for one lap to get the field lined up double file, and they're going to restart. Now, we don't often see very many restarts here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series, simply because there are no cautions. So this is going to be one of those rare moments for these drivers, and this really throws a wrench into a lot of the fuel strategies that were in play, but it also saves a lot of drivers that have speed that had issues early, like Matt Tetmayer in the 3 and Caleb Lopez in the 95, Caitlin Lohr in the 48. A lot of these drivers getting back on the lead lap and caught back up to the leaders. And we're going to restart with 23 laps to go here in the Jackpot 100. And the smoke that you're seeing come out from underneath the number 35 machine is what we call a smoke glitch. The only one who can see that is the driver of the 35 himself, and of course you all watching at home. Jordan can't see it, Matt can't see it, Kenny can't see it, none of these guys can see it, only you guys and Tyler McMurder in the 35. Green flag is back in the air. It's a good thing they can't see that smoke, because it would be quite the distraction for these drivers as they try to take the lead from the 35. Tyler clears Jordan coming out of turn 2. He's got the lead, or does he? Jordan hard back on the outside. Oh, Tyler overdrove entering turn 3 to get the lead, and Jordan's going to come back down on the inside for the crossover move, trying to take the lead back. Kenny Adair in the 94 finds himself in 3rd, having a great run. Kenny is the 2018 NOSSCAR Truck Series champion on NASCAR Heat 2 PlayStation 4 console. And he's showing some speed here in the NOSSCAR B Division on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. Jordan losing a couple of positions. Kenny Adair takes 2nd place. Daniel Harmon clears Kenny Adair for 2nd, but he made contact with the outside wall, so Kenny is going to drive back around him for 2nd. Ooh, it's a war for 2nd place. Kenny Adair, Daniel Harmon, Caleb Lopez, Frank Edwards, they're all right there. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. right there as well. And I'm not sure where Jordan Green went. He's lost a number of positions. Whoa, look like Kenny Adair got loose, and there's a couple more cars involved. Yeah, it looks like Jared Scott is involved, as well as there's a black and red car there involved as well. Alan Richardson was able to dodge the incident just barely. And that's a couple of positions for Jordan Green, but we're really not too sure why Jordan Green has dropped to the back of the pack. He's now scored in the 8th position. Caleb Lopez just took 2nd from Daniel Harmon. Remember, Caleb had the fastest car early in the going, but he missed pit road, and that's what put him behind the 8th ball here. Frank Edwards trying to take 4th from Kenny Adair, and he's got Jeffrey Robinson Jr. right behind him. So there's a battle for 2nd and 3rd. There's a battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And while all of this is going on, the 4-time champ is trying to run away. Tyler is trying to ride the momentum wave, if you will. He won the New Hampshire race, and now he's trying to make it 2 in a row by winning the Jackpot 100, and it's been quite a while since we've seen him win 2 races in a row here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. Competition getting stiffer and stiffer every season. Comes into this race second in the point standings with 4 wins. Jordan Green, of course, the points leader with 5 wins. The top 5 in the point standings all have a win this season. Daniel Harmon, Caleb Lopez, Brian Wiggins being the other 3 drivers with wins in the top 5 in the standings. And don't forget Marcus Walter Brown, he won the Daytona 100. Caitlin Lohr won the Phoenix 100. And Gary Latimirak Jr. in the number 10 car won at Charlotte. Now we think that everybody's going to have to make 1 pit stop before the end of this race, whether it be a splash of fuel or 2 tires and a splash. Or you could pit as soon as the window opens and take 4 if you think that the speed will be that much greater. Caleb Lopez is starting to walk away a little bit from Daniel. Daniel scruffs the wall coming out of turn 4. Trying to use every inch of racetrack that he can to keep up with the 95 and perhaps charge down the 35. And if you're just joining us, guys, don't adjust your computer screen. There is a smoke glitch going on. None of the other drivers can see the smoke coming out of the 35 Ford. Just Tyler in the 35 and just you guys at home. And we expect that once he makes his pit stop that will go away. It seems to be the cure for the smoke glitch to go away. Make another pit stop. Caleb Lopez beginning to run down the race leader. Whoa! Tyler got all sorts of loose in turns 3 and 4, but it's because he's coming down pit road. Caleb Lopez takes the lead. Daniel Harmon stays out for 2nd. Frank Edwards will stay out to take 3rd. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. stays out to take 4th. But again, we think that everybody will need to make a green flag pit stop. But we also should let you know that Jordan Green in the 6th car is attempting to make it to the end of the race without making a pit stop. That would be a long green flag run, a 23-lap fuel run, and we're not even too sure if that's entirely possible. These drivers are running anywhere from 14 to 18 laps in a fuel run, depending on if they are running as hard as they possibly can, or if they are conserving, or if they have handling issues that prevent them from running as hard as they can. Well, it's a key bonus point for Caleb Lopez. He stayed out, led a lap. But now he is on pit road. So is Daniel Harmon. Or excuse me, so is Jeffrey Robinson Jr. There's 3 cars that are sporting a yellow and black paint job in today's event. Jared Scott in the 20 and is one of them. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 42 is another. Daniel Harmon in the 62 being the 3rd driver, so it's a little difficult to tell them apart, especially if they're at a distance away. Frank Edwards has made his scheduled pit stop, so now this leaves Jordan Green on the track in the lead. He has, I believe he has about a 9-second advantage over Tyler McMurder in the 35. And if he's able to find a way to save the fuel, he's going to win this race. Question is he able to save the fuel? The red car you saw in front of this blue number 35 Ford, that is Jordan Green. The gap is closing. Tyler putting the pressure on, and what this does is this forces Jordan to have to use more fuel. He's got to drive more aggressive in order to keep the 35 behind him. We saw Kenny Adair slow on the apron in the 94. He's coming down pit road. He tried to stretch it and make it the distance on fuel and couldn't quite do so. There's the gap back to the leader, or from the leader. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is running in third. Frank Edwards is running in fourth. Matt Tetmayer is running in fifth. That is the rest of your top five right now. But up front, we're watching the battle for the race lead. It's Jordan Green, Tyler McMurder. Tyler's got two right side tires that are real fresh. He's got the fuel to make it to the distance. We just don't know the situation for Jordan Green. We're down to 3 laps to go here in the Jackpot 100, and we're going to find out if he's got anything left in that fuel tank real soon. You can run on a couple of drops and some fumes for a couple laps, but then eventually it will sputter and it will shut off on you. And we're coming around now to the white flag. One more lap here in the Jackpot 100 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Race 16 of 25 here in Season 8 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. Jordan Green looking for win number 6 this season. Tyler McMurder looking for win number 5. Going down the back straightaway, it appears Jordan has plenty of power. It's looking like he's going to get this win. And whoa, coming out of turn 4, Jordan slows down a little bit. He lets Tyler go by on the outside. It's sputtering. He was about a straightaway short, and Tyler McMurder wins the Jackpot 100 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Oh my goodness. It was impressive to begin with that Jordan was able to make it 22 and a half laps on fuel. And it was almost enough to get the job done. Tyler wins, Jordan Green second, Frank Edwards third, Matt Tetmayer fourth, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in fifth, Caleb Lopez in sixth, Caitlin Lohr recovers from her early incident to seventh, Daniel Harmon in eighth, Alan Richardson in ninth, and Rush Downing rounding out the top 10 out of the 18 drivers that entered the event. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. This was the Jackpot 100 on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. Join us up next for the Talladega race. 16 hungry drivers entering that event with their sights on capturing the win. Good night, everybody. Head over to NOSSCAR.com, scroll to the bottom of the home page to find details on how to sign up and become a NOSSCAR driver.